Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wonko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with Bold Talk on Allen TV. Allen TV is the TV show where we don't conform to anybody's style. We are not conventional. As a matter of fact, we're unorthodox the way we bring it to you. And we take pride in saying that we are not politically correct. We don't want to be politically correct. The situation in Nigeria today, going back as a matter of fact, 7.5 years, does not call for political correctness. It calls for bold challenges of the status quo. The country belongs to all of us. Nigeria does not belong to the money bags. It's okay to be wealthy. Enjoy your money, but don't try to influence don't try to tell people what you think they are seeing. They could see with their own eyes. The last 7 years is an open book for Nigerians to see. I want to play you a soundbite from the APC candidate from 2015. And then as you listen to that soundbite, I want you to think about what's going on with students in Nigeria who have been locked out of their schools for the last 5-6 months. Then as you make your choice, a choice I really don't know why you're making because the choice is clear. But as you make your choice, I want you to prick your conscience. Think about the votes you're going to cast. I can't tell you who to vote for. It's your choice. But while you're making that choice, remember the moral and ethical values you teach your children. Because even your own children are watching you as they listen to what you teach them and then watch your actions in these coming elections. This election is not time to be tribalistic. This election is not time to take money from anybody to vote against your interest. This election is about taking our country back. I want you to listen to this soundbite, and I'll come back and talk to Nigeria's progressives and our youth and the fact that there comes a time when you have to drop everything and do what's in the best interest of your country. Just give a listen.
We will give you student loan. Our program, 4 years will be 4 years. You will not extend before 4 years to graduate in a university.
Okay, guys, you heard what he said. And it's up to you. The sound bites that are being thrown around are being thrown at you. In 2015, you heard him in that video. He said that it will take you just the 4 years you need to graduate from your schools. You be the judge. Has it taken you just 4 years? He said he was going to give you student loans. Or this administration that's led us into the doldrums is going to give you student loans. Have you received student loans? Folks, this is the same man that went to Abeokuta just before the primaries and told them that he single-handedly made President Buhari the president of Nigeria. I think that's a fit. He should take credit for it. But the question is, what kind of credit? Credit for success or credit for failure? You be the judge. We are Nigerians. We know what we've gone through the last 7 years. Insecurity, kidnappings, unemployment, bad hospitals, bad schools, schools that don't open, What's there to tell you? He said a milocon. And I keep insisting to you guys, àwọn kọ́ ló kàn. Àwọn tó kàn are the unemployed, massively unemployed population of Nigeria. Àwọn tó kàn are the survivors of the people who were massacred at the Lekki toll gate. Did you hear from him when Lekki toll gate happened? When you heard from him, did you hear him criticize the government for sending out the soldiers or whoever went out there and massacred those people? Did you hear him? But now he wants your vote. And he's going to come in with all kinds of social media hype. You haven't seen anything. The campaign hasn't started. If you know what they did in 2015 and the heap of lies they told about Jonathan, they are going to tell the same thing about Peter Obi. But that's not the point. You people have to be ready to go after them fire for fire. Social media hype for social media hype. Unfortunately, when the Obi people take their social media hype out there, the press says they are being disruptive and disrespectful. But when the status quo candidates bring their social media hype, it's all free game. It's part of electioneering. But more importantly, I'm telling the youth, challenge your parents. Tell them to practice what they teach you. Because many of the people who are going to vote for APC are going to be your parents who have taught you how to be ethically good and morally good. And now when they go to vote for APC, ask them on what moral ground and on what ethical ground are they voting for APC? Is it because of tribalism? Is it because their pockets are stuffed by the APC people? We need to take our country back. And I'm going to show you another short video. It's about 1 minute long. And the reason I'm showing you that video is to show you that taking this thing back, it's not going to be done by one person. It's going to be done collectively. The progressive Fulanis and the progressive Yorubas and the progressive Igbos and the progressive Edos, the progressive Ibibios, Effiks, Ijos, Urobos, Igberas, Thieves, Hausas, all of us who are progressive in Nigeria are going to be the ones that do what it takes to get our country back. I just want you to watch this short video, then I'll come back and talk to you step by step about what I believe that if we do, in February 2026, we're going to put an end to the 22 years of corrupt, selfish governance that we've had in Nigeria since 1999. It's time to take our country back.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretend day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change.
We are all a part of God's great big family.
And the truth, you know, love is all we need.
We are the world. We are the children.
Yes, folks, we are the children. Our youth are the children. There comes a time when we all have to make sacrifices, whether it's with our time in Nigeria or our monies from wherever we are, but most importantly, an understanding that the only way we can succeed and rebuild the greatest country in the black world is to forget about tribalism, forget all those things that divide us, and come to understand that regardless of what these greedy politicians preach to us to divide us, there are more things that unite us as one big Nigerian family, fellow countrymen and women, than there are things that divide us. We can do it. But let's go step by step. I've heard all kinds of propaganda, and the mainstream press is good at elaborating this propaganda about the 25%, 25-24 rule, which is that a candidate must get 25% of the votes in at least 24 states to win the presidency. That's a fact. It's just that when they say it from an impossible angle that paints the obedient movement as incapable of getting 25% of the votes in 24 states. They're lying. Let me tell you why they're lying. In the states where Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed are going to clean up, they are going to build up the numbers they need to win the overall percentage they need to win the election. But in the states where the doomsday advocates are telling you they have no chance, let's count them. And I'm going to start my count in a place where it's going to make APC sick. Peter Obi is going to get 25% of the votes in Lagos. The only way he doesn't do it is that the thugs take over the streets. And you have to fight the thugs fire for fire. There is no joke about this. These youth are not playing. They are sick and tired of the games, and they are ready to take their country back. Folks, I'm getting emotional about this stuff, but I'm going to break it down for you one by one. Just listen to me carefully. I'm going to break it down for you state by state. Peter Obi's got, let's do the 25% first. Peter Obi is going to get 25% of the votes in Lagos. He's going to get 25% in Ekiti, Oyo, Ondo, Ogun, Osun, Kogi, Abuja, Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Delta, Kebbi, and Yobe. And I was being liberal there. He may take some of those states. Watch out. This is a movement. Nigerians are tired, sick and tired of the status quo. Listen to me, folks. I'm serious. Now he's clearly going to win Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Anambra State, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu, Edo, Plateau, Benue, and Nasarawa. Yes, the mainstream press is not going to tell you that, because the mainstream press have their sentiments. Even when their gut tells them that this movement is very strong and it's going to sweep through Nigeria, they don't want to say it because they have friends who are going to call their phone the next minute and say, how could you say stuff like that? I have no strings to anybody. I have no strings to Peter Obi. I don't need anything from Peter Obi. I need a good Nigeria where people living outside Nigeria who want to come home can return to. I need a good Nigeria where our youth can be empowered the way they need to be empowered to take over a country and take it to the next level. I need a good country where the banditry is no longer there, the kidnapping is not there, the unemployed are finding jobs. Seniors are being paid their pension. That's all that's important to me. I have no ties to Peter Obi. I don't know the man, and well, I met him once, but he wouldn't remember it because he went with a team I went to Asaba with in 2003 when he was trying to get the ticket to run for governor of Anambra State. That's the closest I've come to him. He wouldn't remember me or recognize me if he sees me. But let me tell you why these numbers I gave you are very important. In 1980, in the United States of America, Ronald Reagan was running against Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was the incumbent. I leaned towards the Democrats, and I was rooting for Jimmy Carter. We thought there was an outside chance Jimmy Carter could pull it off. But the tide against the Democrats was just unbelievable, especially because of the crisis in Iran where American hostages were held. On election night, you would have thought it would be something like Ronald Reagan got 35 states, Jimmy Carter got 15 states, or Ronald Reagan got 30 and Jimmy got 20. No. The Republican color is red. The Democrat color is blue. On election night, when you look across the map of America, it was red all across. Jimmy Carter got one state out of 50 states. That's what a movement can do. When the tsunami hits these guys in February 2023, they are going to realize that this is not about Peter Obi. Peter Obi just happens to be a symbol that the youth and Nigeria's progressives have rallied around to take their country back from people who have held them hostage for 22 years for the most part, but for the better part of the last 7.5 years. It's going to happen, but you can't take it for granted. We have to keep hitting the pavement. We have to keep talking. This is social media. Social media is known for lying and blowing up stories. Bold talk on Allen TV don't lie. We do not lie. We don't blow things up. We don't talk sentimentally. We talk objectively based on facts, based on what's on ground, but especially based on what the mainstream press doesn't want to report. But I'm going to conclude on this note. A caution for the Peter Obi team. I think it's time for whoever runs the Labour Party and whoever is in charge of the Peter Obi Ahmed team to take a step back and have a serious meeting within yourselves. Donyo Okukpe, Peter Obi, Dati Ahmed, Pat Utomi, and whoever is in the hierarchy. You can't have all these scandals going on in Lagos within the Labour Party and sit down and pretend you don't see it. You don't want any distractions. That's what your opponents are going to take and run. You need to nip all these crises in the bud within your camp. We can't sit around and be reading things, whether they are rumors or not, in the social media, that a Peter Obi insider is having disagreement with a Pat Utomi insider about how to handle money. Those things are not good, guys. I say it the way it is. And when I see things that's going wrong in your camp, I'm also going to say it. I'm trying to be objective. I'm not doing this to favor Peter Obi. Peter Obi just happens to be running a campaign that I know is in the interest of Nigeria. If he becomes president, I'm not going to jump on his bandwagon and sing his praises. I'm going to hold him accountable. At this stage, let me throw in something that is very critical and we must not undermine. We already know where the heartbeat of the youth is in this election. Unless there is a catastrophic misstep by Peter Obi, we know the youth are with him. But I've been saying it for the last few months. This election is in the hands of progressive Southwesterners. Let's be blunt about it. This election is in the hands of Yorubas, progressive Yorubas. Nigeria is counting on you. You can change the history and the direction of a people. The people not being Nigerians, the people not being West Africans, the people not being Africans, the people in this case being the black peoples of the world. Nigeria holds the key to bringing respectability to being black. Nigeria also holds the key to bringing scum and shame to being black. As the ace in the hole in this election, I grew up in Lagos and I've traveled the West, and I know that Western Nigeria is a base of very progressive, educated, and open-minded people. Unfortunately, whether we're Igbos or Yorubas, and the conservative, greedy ones take over our regions, it starts to seem like if our people are tribalistic about what we do. Igbos are tribalistic. Yorubas are not tribalistic. Neither are Igbos tribalistic. The bulk of Yorubas are very progressive minded. This is time to show that progressive nature of Southwestern Nigeria. Peter Obi is not running in this election as an Igbo person. I, an Igbo person, am not supporting Peter Obi in this election because he's Igbo. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are a slew of Igbos who would have been running in this election, and I'll be campaigning for a better candidate that's not Igbo. God knows that if APC had done the right thing and gave the presidential ticket to Yemi Osinbajo, I wouldn't be taking Peter Obi's side. I'll be covering both sides and reporting objectively, because Yemi Osinbajo is a high-standing, moral, ethical Nigerian that works and talks in the interest of Nigeria. Southwest Nigeria, Nigerians are counting on you. You can change history. You can deliver this election to the right candidates, and I strongly believe that you will. And let me end on this note. Allen TV and Allen Magazine is what we do. I would really appreciate if our listeners and our readers would support our magazine by subscribing or advertising in it. We do everything it takes to bring programming that you'll be proud of and stories that you'll be proud of in our magazine. I'll be lying if I say that these programs and the magazine can survive without you. Its survival is dependent on you, and we're going to keep doing everything it takes to appeal to you, and we listen when you advise us. We've made changes on this program based on the feedback we get from you. Thank you very much for watching again. We're going to keep doing what it takes to bring you good programming and good commentary. Until next time, this is Fred Nwankwo again, coming to you from our studios in Chicago. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you.